Welcome, this is the Financial Apostle. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Today I'm going to be talking about how to acquire quality debtors. Firstly, a debtor refers to a company or individuals that owes the money. Debtors are a result of supplying goods or service on credit to a company or individual. You see that the subject of debtors is a big one in that it can cause a company to close shop or to go bankrupt because it is become illiquid. It's no longer able to service, to pay its bills. It's no longer able to get new stock because all of their money will be stuck in what? In debtors. In this case, it will be what? Bad debtors because they won't be paying. So I want to take you through the process of how you can have quality debtors. Usually there is this conflict between the finance department and the sales department. The sales department are there to acquire new customers, sell to new customers, increase revenue, but sometimes they don't look at the finer details of actually getting to sell to the right people, to the right clients. That will not give you the company problems when it comes to payment times. So what you should do, your accounts department or your credit department should ask potential customers or the customers that are introduced to the business by your sales team. They should be asked to complete an account opening form. So this account opening form should capture the name of the organization, the directors of the company, their names, the ID numbers, and their contact numbers. They should also capture the nature of the business. Should you know the nature of the business that your potential client is doing, then they should also provide their physical address. When they are on physical address, if your client is operating from rented premises, they should provide you with a valid lease agreement. Why this is important? Because many times we have seen that companies or SMEs have sold goods to entities that were renting, but when it comes to time when they need to collect their payment, they go to that premise and they found that the premise is now being occupied by a new tenant, and they won't have any information about the whereabouts of the previous occupant. So it is important that you know whether this potential client is operating from that premise up to what period. If suppose the lease agreement is about to expire, you should also get confirmation that they are getting a new lease. If not, which means chances that you are going to be dealing with them might be next to zero. They should also provide on this form the contact details. And then also the form should state, the client should state the credit limit that they require. That is, if they want to be given a credit limit of say $10,000, which means you allow them to buy from you within a particular month or particular period up to a value of $10,000 before you can say you are requesting them to pay for the invoice that you have supplied. They should also state the terms that they require from you, like 7 days, 14 days, or 30 days. And you also require them to give you 3 trade references. They should provide their contact numbers of the trade references and the contact people that you would be able to call and verify any information that you want to know about this potential client. So also they should give you their contact person in their organization that you can call in and verify some information. So on this credit application form, they should attach the following documents, which means all company stamped documents, stamped and company certified documents. They should attach to this form, and also audited financial statements for at least 3 years. So these audited financial statements, if they are not able to provide for 3 years, but at least a minimum period of at least 2 years, because you want to know their financial position to be able to decide whether you are going to give them an account or not. So after receiving the application form and the documents, all the documents that you have listed, requested from them, what should you do? Whether it could be your accounts department, your credit department, or a senior manager should go through all the documents that you have been supplied by the applicant. You have to verify all the information that they have provided. If it is company documents, company information, you can check with the company's office to verify whether these documents are legit. It's a proper registered company, and the directors listed there are the ones that are listed with the company's office. So you should also be able to verify all this information. You're able to call in the trade references and verify whether they know this company or not. Your accounts department should help you in this process by what? By going through these financial statements that the client would have provided. They will look at the balance sheet to see whether the company is in a healthy position. They should look at the debt to equity ratio. Does the company owe? Who does it owe? Are they carrying any debt? Are they servicing their debt? You should also look at things like the accounts payable, number of days, to show that is this company, does it pay its suppliers on time or they pay late? Then you should also look at the accounts receivable period. You should know that is this company able to collect its debts on time, because once they sell on credit, which means they should be able to collect collect the amounts owing, and this is the money that will be used to pay you. So you should be able to check whether this company is able to collect its accounts receivable on time or not. Then once you are satisfied with this, then you are able to recommend, the accounts department to be able to recommend that whether you are to offer this client 7-day account, 14-day account, or a 30-day account. But sometimes it's important that when it's a new customer, you start probably start with the 7-day, and then you upgrade to 14 days until maybe you reach to 30-day terms. So once everything is in place, you are happy, which means the manager, senior manager should sign to show that they are happy to give to open an account to this client. And then you what? You open an account, and then you give the client an account number. Once an account has been approved and it's open and the client is ready to buy, then this is what you are supposed to do when you are supplying, which means when you issue them with an invoice, they should provide you with their order number, which means they are placing an official order. The order number should be listed on the invoice number, on the invoice that you are giving to them. Then also you should prepare a delivery note. And again, the delivery note should also capture the customer's order number. And suppose a month end comes before they pay, your accounts department should send them a statement to show listing all the invoices that you have supplied them throughout the month, and then it will be showing the amount outstanding from them. So this is important so that you are in agreement, and you should also confirm that what the statement that you sent them is tallying with what they have in their books. So it is important that your sales department should also continuously liaise with your accounts department to check whether the client is following the terms that would have given them, and also that they are not going over their credit limit. Then once you have supplied this, it's important that you should also retain signed copies of the invoice delivery note. This is important in case there is a dispute. The client might say when it comes that they are failing to pay or they are not in agreement with a particular invoice, you can actually prove to them that you supplied the goods and they were received in good order, so it's their duty to pay. Another important thing that you should do is you don't need to wait until it's time for the client to pay. Your debtors department should also call in your client to check in whether they have received the invoices, they're in agreement with the statement that you have sent them, so that when it's time to pay, you won't be surprised for them to say that you have not yet received your invoice, and this will affect your cash flow because at that particular time you are expecting a payment to be through, but then this may sound to be a delaying tactic, but to avoid these inconveniences, maybe 3 days after you've delivered the goods, you can check with your client to see whether the accounts department, they have received the invoices and they are happy. And now just that you can confirm whether you've started processing the payment. So once you follow these steps, chances are you bound to have good clients, good debtors who you are happy to deal with, who will be paying for the goods and services that you have supplied them on time. So we'd like to hear from you. Leave your comment, and also you can find us on these various channels. So this is the Financial Apostle signing out.